Welcome to the Crochet Beginner Series. So today what we're going to do is learn how to hold our hook and to hold the yarn. Now I am a right-handed crocheter, so whatever I'm doing, if you're left-handed, I would do the opposite. So for right-handed crocheters, this is how we are going to hold our hook. Okay, so there are two ways to hold it. The first way, and this is the way that I do, is I basically hold a cusp like this with my three fingers, my thumb, my index finger, and my third finger, and I'm going to place the hook in between all of those fingers, as you can see. So there you go. So that's what it's going to look like. Now I slightly tilt it so that this finger is kind of always holding the hook or directing where it goes, and these two fingers just hold the hook in place. So this is directing, and it will hold yarn on top of here as well as you go along, and these two fingers just hold the hook in place. Okay, so that's how you hold a hook. Now with your left hand, we're going to learn how to wrap the yarn around our fingers. And this will be the general way for holding yarn around the fingers. So you want to have the tail end or the short end of the yarn at the base here. Then what we're going to do is hold our left hand out just like so. And we're going to put the yarn, holding it with the tail, around the fourth finger. So you'll put it around the fourth finger like so, all the way around. So from the outside to the, or from the inside, wrap around the outside. Come to the second finger, wrap it around, and with your third finger and thumb, you're just going to grab the yarn like this, still leaving the tail here at the end. And then you're going to tense this up a little bit. And if you're too far forward and this is not tense anymore, you'll have to redo it. So fourth finger around, the second finger, then holding your two fingers like this. Sometimes I like to pull in my fourth and pinky fingers like so, just to keep it nice, that tension nice and tight here. Not too tight, so you're not pulling the yarn around this index finger as well, but just enough to make it nice and easy. So let's do that one more time. Wrapping around the fourth finger all the way around, then around the second finger, and then third finger and thumb will hold it like this, whilst my fourth finger and pinky kind of moves in a little bit like this. So make sure that yarn tension around your index finger and coming all the way until you hold it with your third finger and thumb is nice and has the right amount of tense. Then what we're going to do is see my hook. Remember how we held our hook? Third finger, second finger, and thumb, kind of grasping our hook like so. Our third finger is leaning it a little bit more, and there we go. So this is how we hold the hook and how we hold the yarn in general when we are crocheting. So practice that a little bit. Quick tip, if you want to hold it a different way, sometimes people will put their right hand over the hook. We were under before, but they put it over the hook, and they'll have their second finger directing the hook whilst their third finger and thumb hold the hook, and they'll crochet like this with this scooping technique. But you may find that you may hurt your wrist a little bit doing this way. This is how beginners usually learn, and if you're a child or a kid learning how to crochet, this is probably the easiest way to learn. But when you can, and if you don't like this way because it's kind of hurting your wrist as you go along, then I would recommend changing so that you're underneath like this. Have the third finger pointing or directing the hook as you go. So that is holding the yarn and holding the hook.